145 days. What have I been doing in all that time? Working. Mostly. Playing video games. The good news is I have a whole crap ton of content waiting in a backlog to edit. The bad news, I have to edit it all myself. Lately, however, I've had a lot more time to work on the channel, like I actually want to, so expect more Kingmaker and more of my other projects. Soon? Yeah, let's just say soon. Also, I can't help but point out my new amazing icon logo thing that was created by a very close friend of mine. You can find the link to their amazing art in the channel below. I'm incredibly happy with it to finally have something that's brandable, I guess. I don't know. But with that aside, thanks so much for watching. Good luck and happy Pathfinder. You guys rush down the hall, where you can hear the roaring of a dragon echoing from the Great Hall Chamber. You guys strut through the open door that comes in on the northwest side of the building, or the room rather, to see an immediate crowd of more of these sellswords, and in the center of them there's a figure that appears to be holding what those of you in the know would know to be two flintlock pistols, looking into what appears to be some sort of magical barrier encapsulating what looks to be Valerie Eldori, who's in the midst of this like cage match with a black dragon, gracefully dodging and weaving out of fire and sprays of acid, and delivering just effortless slashes across the surface. It looks like they're pretty evenly matched, as these three mages maintain to hold the barrier, locking her in with this dragon. You guys rush in.
So you're telling me she's one of you wanting a black dragon. That's
Correct.
amazing.
Correct. She is being forced to. But it looks like she has taken quite a bit of damage. In fact, she's no longer in the triple distance. This is the map here. Top of initiative, oddly enough, goes to the ranger, Jackdaw. None of you bothered to ask her name. She runs up here, takes center stage, fires an arrow down to that guy's head. Oh, that's a hit. Hits him right in the shoulder for 5 points of damage. That's her turn.
I'm gonna cast a focus spell, Boost Edelon, which will give him an increase of 20 feet of movement speed to 45. Then I will take a move action. That's all I can do.
Okay.
The boost lasts for a minute, so you know.
Cool. That will bring us to the ruffians. The further tokens, the arms with the axe. These guys look tougher than your average bandit or sellsword. This one here is going to rush up and try and attack Valero, because Valero hasn't been beat up enough today. That's a miss. That's all it can do. Tries to swing, but Valero ducks and an axe blade catches into the pillar. He ducks underneath the strike, kind of bouncing on his back heels, much like a featherweight boxer was, just kind of sizing him up with his dual blades. Enters a combat stance, like, all right, let's dance.
I guess I'll just stop right there. She's not quite in it, but at least get everyone else.
I'll say the thought that counts. I'll give it to her.
So that's one action to move, and then come on, roll 20, open the sheet. There we go. And then I do my Inspire Courage, and then because I have as a polymath the versatile performance, I can attempt to demoralize using performance.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I will do it at this guy there, telling him that if he does not run, I will turn him into a scratching post.
The guy
As I
closest
do
to
a
you?
very, very aggressive tune on my lute. I'll roll performance.
Oh dear. It reaches his ears like nails on a chalkboard. He is frightened too. That's no bueno. The one
Is that a
attacking
critical
Valero
success?
or the one across from the pillar, just to clarify.
Oh, there is one on the other side of the pillar, isn't there?
Yeah. I'm assuming the one
Yeah, I
attacking
couldn't
Valero?
quite see him. Yeah, the one attacking Valero.
The mages, they spend their whole turns maintaining the bear.
I'm immediately going to just charge forward using 2 full actions, circling all the way around one of the cell swords. As Gungnir follows me with 1 full motion, 30 feet, I believe.
Yeah.
And just charges forward to latch her jaws at the sellsword's hips.
Go and make a bite attack for our dear Gungnir.
Oh,
Ooh, whispered the roll, but that's a critical hit. So that's a total, I'll just double the 9. That's 18 damage. Leaps off of the chair onto this guy's back and just rips his throat out. Bringing him down to the ground just with all her weight. It's a 100-pound bear.
I'm just gonna let out a loud laugh and just pull into a hug, just like ruffling her fur.
You hear a voice call behind you at the end of your turn. So you hear a, I wouldn't celebrate just yet. Attack is made against you. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's really good. With a firearm. Firearms are most dangerous when they critical hit. So as you,
That's 410.
So this attack, as you lift up your bear, holding her aloft in this moment of celebration, letting your guard down, your bear takes, is immediately shot in the chest, and you feel her go limp as she is not killed outright. That was 24 damage they just took.
So she's knocked out.
She's at dying 2.
Dying too?
At dying 5, I believe. Or no, dying 4. She will be dead.
Okay, yeah, dying 4.
Damage.
Who's the one that shot that?
You look immediately behind you as you lay your bear down, and you can see directly behind you. You can see there is a highway woman, a roguish type, but in both of her hands she's wielding 2 flintlocks, one of which is literally a smoking gun. As she pulls it up to grin at you, and she levels the second one towards you, pulls the hammer back, and fires with her second attack at you.
All right.
The second attack is only a 12. Goes totally wide.
The Jacob's reaction that whenever she misses, I just duck my head to the side and lift the longsword to point at her.
Her last action is going to be to put one of her pistols away. That's her turn. Yeah. That brings us to Jarella. Jarella is going to go assist the ranger because she seems to get over her. Runs up on the stage. Attempts to attack this fellow, but immediately deflects it with his hatchet. That's her turn. Izumi. It's now your turn. That bear is dying.
Yeah, my first two actions are gonna be to stabilize the bear.
Excellent. What's the range on stabilize? Oh, 30 feet.
Exactly how far away I am from
Just
from
within
them.
30 feet. Nice, nice, nice. The bear is now at wounded 1.
Yeah.
I believe it'd also be unconscious as well.
And unconscious. Very, very
She's at
unconscious.
0.
Yeah.
And for my last action, I'm gonna move down here. And that's my turn.
Awesome. All right. That brings us to the standing sellsword. The sellsword's going to take a step here, and it's going to make 2 attacks at the dragon. That's a hit. That's a miss. Gendrick, you take 7 points of slashing damage as your dragon is attacked. The sellsword next to Jarella is going to slash up at her. Hits Jarella. 4 damage. This one here is going to stride across the room and get up behind Valher and make an attack. I believe 20. Valher takes 4 points of slashing damage. As you're focusing all your aggression and anger at this person, another sidelining swipe kind of catches you. Managed to deflect it a little bit, but it definitely throws you off. And you reduces your hit points if not causing physical damage. That would bring us to... I think all of them have acted, because 1, 2, 3... Am I square burning here? No, there's only those ones. Okay. Grom's turn.
Grom is going to rush forward and get right into this gunslinger's face.
Awesome.
And my last action. I'm going to raise my shield.
Smart move. Alright. That brings us to the Loro. Loro's gonna do what fighters do best. One man this guy. What's Loro? Give me your character sheet. One longsword. I can't see that. A 17. That hits the scared ruffian. He only needs a 16. The second attack he can make at his full bonus. That also hits. So that's 6, 7, 13 damage. And then the last attack with his longsword at a minus 10, because why not? He hits! Attaboy. He's just a whirlwind with his 2 blades, as that is what Valero is known best for across these lands. A whirling dervish with the longsword and short sword in hand just starts cutting into this poor ruffian, trying to defend himself with just a hatchet. But he is no match. That is Valero's turn. The Sword Lord. I guess we'll see how that's going. The Sword Lord, after hearing that inspiring courage, she takes a step back, barely dodging a claw, looks over and sees the group of you all entering, and you see a smile crosses her face, and she just unloads into this creature, just slash, 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 slash. One after a row, just tearing it to pieces. She is definitely winning. Top of the round. Jackdaw is going to put her bow away. take out her greatsword. She misses. Bursting through the door on the far side of the room, you see a woman that you recognize from the dinner. Cynthia enters, scans the room, swears under her breath. And you can see behind her, not entering the fight, just kind of lackadaisically watching from a distance, is the witch, just kind of peering in through the doorframe. But Cynthia will rush in, jump up, and fucking roll a 2 and totally miss. Ooh. Gandrick's turn.
Okay, I'm going to. Actually, 1 sec. I just gotta check the thing. Okay, I'm gonna quickly use two action to act together. One action is going to be boost Edelon, which will for this turn
Boost
get
Edelon?
+2 damage. Yeah,
So one of your focus points to. That's a spell, right?
it's a cantrip, so I don't think it uses up the focus point.
It's a cantrip?
Cantrip focus spell.
Oh, I didn't know it was a cantrip. Okay. Then yeah, it doesn't use up the
No.
focus point.
Oh. 11 to hit.
11 does not hit.
18 to hit.
And 18 will hit. Ow. And that's with the +1 on top of that, so that's 10. That bite will take this sellsword out. He is dead.
Okay. I have 1 action left, so I'm gonna drink a potion off my bandolier.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll a d8. After your turn, it brings us to the ruffian. The ruffian is going to take a. Oof. I don't like this. Rolls a nasty attack at Valero, catching him back for 10 damage. And then with the second attack, the cheeky. He throws a hatchet at Azumi, and it sails through the air and slams into the wall next to him. And as his arm is still outstretched, Valero, like a scissor, comes down on his arm. His attack of opportunity, and takes his arm clean off. He looks at the arm as it falls to the ground, stumbles forward, clutching it, and it's no more. He is dead. Fleur says, "Told you I got him." Looks at Azumi. Just don't worry about the axe.
Yeah, I look at him. Yeah, it's an unlucky night. It's the only thing I'm saying tonight until the end of the night.
The other one that's now surrounded on multiple fronts is going to drop down, take an attack at the rogue. She catches 5 points of damage. Drella. He hits Drella. Drella takes 8 points of damage. Or 7. Drella has 1 hit point. That is his turn. Zakar's turn. And after Zakar is Valher.
Well, in that case, I'll just get into position of sorts. Then keep up my Inspire Courage and do a shield. So I have 18 AC.
Excellent. That will be
Just part things.
just part hashtag just part things. The mages do just mage things. That brings us to Valor. Your bear is. It looks like they're not on the edge of death. They look like they will be fine. But you have more pressing concerns. That is to be you're being attacked from behind and attacked from the front. But this massive orc has rushed in to apparently fight alongside you.
Oh no, I'm just passing through. Don't worry.
Well, with my first action, I'll let out a loud snarl, and I'm actually going to charge around. I'm going to charge around and land right behind the gunslinger. And then
Excellent.
I'm going to just slam my blade forward with, and I forgot I did not add the power attack. Hold up. Power attack. Damn it, I knew I forgot something.
Just make the attack normal, and if it hits, just add an extra dice for now.
Okay.
Speed it along.
20 to hit, and that'd be flat-footed. They're flat-footed.
Yeah, that definitely hits for an additional
7.
As far as power attacks go, I've seen worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
It's a pretty low roll. But that definitely damage is damage. You rush in behind him, and they barely manage to dodge out of the way, so you like cleave their hat apart as it falls off, as they're now stuck between two different figures. You moved, you power attacked. That is Valher's turn. The highwayman drops the empty gun they have in their hand that's still smoking, grabs another one off their belt with a quick draw, which will trigger an attack of opportunity as she draws the weapon.
yep. Does it still count against our flat-footed status?
Yes, she's still technically
Yeah.
flat-footed.
The 16 hit, flat-footed.
A
And
16.
you also have a +1.
Yes.
Do
So
again? Okay.
against
5
her
more
armor
damage.
class, that is not going to be a hit.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to.
She,
Ooh.
as she dodges your attack of opportunity, pulls out that fresh gun and is going to try and shoot the orc in the chest. Yeah. It's a 16 hit.
No, it does not.
Dang. Just goes right past you as you manage to push the barrel out of the way before it blows a hole in your chest. She'll use another quick draw to draw her rapier in her free hand and try and stab at Valher. A +6 on the attack.
19 AP.
She hits Valher.
I'm going to use my Glimpse of Redemption.
Ooh, interesting.
So she has to choose one of the following things. An ally is either unharmed by the triggering attack, or he gains damage resistance against the triggering attack equal to 2 plus my level. And after the damage is applied, the enemy becomes enfeebled for 2 turns. Or sorry, enfeebled 2 until the end of its next turn.
She has committed to hitting, stabbing him and attempting to murder, but as she goes for the attack, she's enfeebling herself, reducing her damage.
So resistance 3.
So let me just, it's enfeebled, you said?
Yeah, enfeebled 2 until the end of her next turn.
Correct. So, you would have taken 9 damage total from the attack, but after the enfeebled condition and reducing the damage by 3? Or is it after the attack is made or before? Does it specify?
After the damage is applied.
Oh, okay, so
That's what. So it's just resistance 3. So
you would have taken 8 damage, reduced to 5.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And then she is going to quick jump. She leaps onto this table, getting herself a bit of an upper and a higher vantage point over top of you as she now has a pistol and a rapier left. That brings us to Jarella, who has 1 hit point. She's going to try and finish off a sellsword. Does so. Dead sellsword. Leaps on top of his body as she rides him down. Takes a step with this kid. It's good for her. Max damage. And then she steps away. And she has panache now. Oh, then she would have takes an additional 5. That brings us to Izumi.
I'm gonna move further into the room to understand what's happening, because there's a lot of shadows where I'm standing.
Yes, there you're hiding near the pillars.
I'm gonna move here for mindful movement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna increase my curse more and just try to moonbeam the lady with the pistols. She seems to be the most dangerous person here at the moment.
Definitely.
Just because of how much damage this the highway attacker is dealing, I'm gonna save my hero point in case somebody goes down, so we can stabilize.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. All right. You reach out with a moonbeam, opening yourself up to your curse more. But Nova, as the beam skirts past them, as they're quick on their feet, as they're dancing on top of the table.
I think it actually, yeah. I don't know why it says that I'm not trained. It's actually for it to hit.
Oh, it didn't apply the +3, so that would have been a 20. A 20 in this instance, because they're leaping around, dancing on top of a table up in the open. I'll say that just hits. So I'll apply that 6 damage.
Okay, and she's also dazzled for 1 turn.
Hooray, concealment. My favorite.
Hey, she has a chance to miss when attacking.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That would be Izumi's turn. The last remaining sellsword is going to come up behind Kubra. Try and hit him in the back. That is a 14. That does. Second attack.
That's a miss.
That's a 4. That also misses. No damage was in this day. Grom's turn.
Completely ignoring the peasant behind him who's doing nothing. He's going to move up behind this gunslinger.
Give me an athletics check as you scramble up on the table. Ooh, interesting. Now,
That's not good.
are you giving him a hero point? Because I get to, if not, I get to introduce another mechanic that I. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm going to use my hero point.
Okay, Grom will use his hero point. So go ahead and give me another athletics check. That's the DC I had in my head.
15. Nice.
In the midst of combat, you leap up onto the table now, much like a swashbuckler would, dueling with this gunslinger.
I pause for a moment, impressed that the table's holding me.
Yeah, it definitely like bends under your weight.
And I'm going to use my whip to try and trip her.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
That definitely doesn't work. Last action, I'm going to raise my shield.
Right, let me just check. Is that with a -5 already applied to it? By chance? Because that would have a... Or no, not from the job. Just an 11. But it still might be a critical fail nonetheless.
Yeah.
Let me just check. Skills. Athletics. If there's anything bad that happens. Probably not. You lose your balance and fall prone. So you get up onto the table, not exactly the most graceful creature in the world, and you slip amongst some of the leftover food, and you have fallen prone on the table.
Since I'm using my whip to do it, I'm going to drop my whip to treat it as a failure instead of a critical failure.
Okay. Whip. As you try and pull on her, she pulls back and it pulls out of your hand, just dropping on the table right next to you. That would be your turn.
That is my turn.
Excellent. Laura is going to move here. As he's running around the corner, he's just, how dare you hurt such a soft, sweet creature? Runs up to the nearest guy and tries to murder him. 20 to hit. Hits. Fucking Jesus. Second. Natural 20. God, carves this guy like a chicken. Oh, no, don't kill Valoro. Carves this guy like a chicken. He's very dead. That's where I was doing. The Sword Lord. Is it fight? Okay. The dragon now has the Sword Lord pinned on the ground and is about to unload a breath weapon directly onto her face. We'll see how that fight progresses. Tekta. Now that she's not being assailed, she's going to start shooting arrows in the ground of enemies. This guy gets caught by an arrow. For 8 damage. The ladies in the back are doing work. They're just whooping this guy's ass. But yeah, between all of them, they put this guy down. He is dead. Gedrick's turn.
Alright, Gendrick's gonna raise his hand and boost his dragon again, and then the dragon is going to run up and attack the gunslinger twice.
Awesome. Hey, that hits.
Hit.
12 points of damage. Big ouch.
Actually, 14.
Oh, yes.
So the boot increases it.
And then, what kind of damage boost is it? Does it say circumstance or status?
I think.
I'm
The status.
just curious if it would stack with. It's not stack with Inspire Courage, it's attack bonus, but that's fine.
Second bite's a miss.
Sadly, yes. That brings us to. They're dead. Zakar, and then the mages.
Alright, well, another Inspire Courage. And then, because I'm now within 30 feet, I am going to launch a loose object at that gunslinger lady.
Go for it. Hit. No damage.
30. That's
Ow.
8 damage.
Smashed upside the back of the head with a vase. Again.
And that would be my reaction.
Excellent. The mages maintain the spell, seeming that the black dragon sort of has this in the bag, hopefully. Valher. It's Valher's turn.
Oh. Because she's actually in favor 2, and because she almost killed my fucking bear, I'm going to rush forward again. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to rush forward again and just swing my sword as hard as I can at her knees.
Go for it. Jesus Christ. Okay.
00 macro.
Finally, someone knows something decent, but
Oh, it's cool. Hold on. Okay. I can roll it, but here, just to make it easy.
what have you done to the damage?
He rolled double zeros because I think he rolled
2d0. Throw
So
2d8.
is it critical though?
No, just a hit. Here,
Just a hit?
I got this.
Oh, there you go. 13. Sorry. Your roll one first. Get the deal.
Either way, how do you want to do this?
So as soon as I run up and just slash at her knees, just cleave right through them, she's gonna hit as soon as she hits the table, I raise my pommel, I raise the sword in my hand, and I just smash the pommel to the back of her skull.
Boom! Cut down to size, and then crack over her head is just put down. Not clean, but definitely efficient. She is no more.
And then I just use like a free action, just like a quick meaningless free action to point my sword at the wizard and go, "You're next."
The wizards actually immediately surrender. They didn't sign up for that part. They just signed up to hold up a barrier. As the barrier drops, you can see there's a moment of like hesitation from the dragon, and that's all Valerie needs. She like kips up, like twisting out of the dragon's jaws as it just unloads acid in the ground and melts a hole in the wooden floor. Lances up, and then the same motion she uses to like step up, lances her spear directly into its eye, all the way to the hilt. You're a twist and a crunch as he twists her blade, and it just doubles on over onto the ground. She just extracts it free and cleans it with her cape, and then onto the ground. She looks quite pleased at the night's events. Looking around, she says, "Well, my heroes, so gracious of you to rush to my aid in my time of need," she says, looking at the dragon she just murdered. Had it not been for you, I might not have been able to reach that upper hand I need in the very end. But thank you for that. She's kind of like playing with the tip of her sword. Immediately, guards start filing in, and they start apprehending anyone who's still alive and arresting the mages. As well, it looks like all of you have had a very busy and interesting night. I apologize for that. I was not expecting unwanted company, she says, looking around.
I'm going to sort of just shrug. Skin all over my face.
We didn't have a proper chance to meet. You must be the North Guardian Prince I've heard so much about. She takes a step forward, takes off her dueling glove, and extends a handshake. Valerie Aldori.
I'll sheathe I'll sort of just lean the blade of my sword against the ground. Do what I can to wipe what has to be the blood off I'll remove my right glove, and I'll shake her hand before I look at the highway.
Got a very...
and just say, "I don't suppose you have a problem with me taking trophies."
She looks around and says, "I'd ask you to mind your manners in a foreign land. Though I understand your customs, we do not share the same here. Don't go around decapitating anybody. We need corpses to question later."
All right. Can I at least take the flintlock pistols? They almost killed my bear.
Be my guest.
Okay.
She has 4 of those, by the way.
I'll take 2. I don't need 4.
As I turn around, Izumi is like squatting down, patting the sleeping bear.
It's just like, just moaning in pain.
I'll walk up.
You can roll Valor, you have, honestly, this is Valor's first time seeing firearms. Where you come from, that rush of technology hasn't really quite hit yet. There's a lot of very like old school values and stuff out there. These things are works of warfare and art, to say the least. The fact that they did that much damage and they look so simple, it's incredible.
Seeing their craftsmanship, Grom's going to take one of them as well to study.
In fact, flintlock pistols are simple weapons. Even Izumi could use a flintlock pistol.
Oh, then I want to take a I want to take a flintlock pistol.
Everybody gets a flintlock, and you get a flintlock. A flintlock pistol does a D4 damage normally, but on a critical hit, it does. The damage dice changes to a D8. You get to roll that extra one from a normal crit, and then you get an extra D8 on top of there. So it technically does triple damage on a crit, or 5 times as much if it's a greater striking.
A fatal D8, Jesus.
Yeah. That's just a flintlock pistol. This is a simple firearm, not even like the big boy scary firearms.
I would say, I want to say that's probably as good as that's the second best thing next to the great pick, because the great pick is a D12.
It does have a terrible range. It only has a 20-foot range. It takes an action to reload, so there's that. And the ammunition, gunpowder is very hard to come by. It's very expensive too. I'll say she has about, after a few shots and doing some combat, she has maybe about 16 of these cartridges on her person as well. They also all have, if you guys are doing like a search of them, they also have like coinage on them.
Okay. So 16 and 3 people took flintlocks, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want one, so y'all divide them amongst yourselves. Can't exactly play an instrument with a flintlock in hand.
Yeah, I'm just gonna beckon the swashbuckler and the ranger to come a bit closer, and I'm gonna cast a heal on everyone that is hurt, including the bear.
Thank God.
Oh, thank God. Whenever I come back to whenever I come back to Gungnir and like I hear her kind of moaning while leaning down to sort of pet her, but then anybody who's in range is just sort of gonna hear me sort of after everything's said and done, she sees I'm gonna sort of chuckle a little bit and look down at the bear and hear, yeah. Now you know how I felt when I was down 2 years ago, huh? Doesn't feel so good, does it?
She blinks to consciousness as through an open window, a warm moonlight fills the entire Great Hall and everyone's wounds feels mended. Everyone recovers that 4 hit points. Because I'm assuming you would have moved close to Izumi.
Yeah. Everybody.
Everyone is within 30 feet of me when I cast this. I'll receive 4 HP back because it's only a first level heal.
She weakly licks your hand there, Valor, but is gonna lay down for a while. Jabani says, well, at any rate, it would seem that tonight's events have not gone unnoticed to Restov's enemies. I can only expect that this was all just some sort of clever ploy to try and murder me. It was not half bad. At any rate, she says, kind of musing to herself, I can see now that it might be add a bit more complication to trying to launch an colonization effort into the Savage Lands when most, if not all of the adventurers are now dead. Valero speaks to him and says, you're not going to just cancel it, are you? It's like, no. I've invested too much of my efforts into this to give up now. I think the only sound thing to do would be split into 2 groups, seeing as I'm not sure exactly who of all of you I can trust. She looks at the group of you, says, it's clear to me all of you seem to work well together, so you'll be one group. She looks over at the rogue, Cynthia, says, and you, I can supply you with a few other able bodies, as well as she looks at Valero, she looks at the Ranger, she looks at Jarella, a few other of my aides. She says, yes, this will suit me well, she says. Any objections? Says Valerie.
No.
No objection.
Good.
The Ranger steps forward and says, yeah, I have an objection. Valerie opens her palms out and says, air it if you wish. She just looks over the group and says, I'm going with them. Take a pause as you get glances are exchanged. Says, if that is your wish, then by all means, you might go with them. She nods. and looks towards the group of you. Valera's like, shame.
Hey, we have Ranger.
Valera walks up to Grom and says, well, hopefully, in the coming few months, we won't be meeting each other on opposite ends of a battlefield, eh? He gives you a smile. He'll gesture his arms out for a hug.
Oh, I'll give him a big bear hug and lift him up off the ground. You take care of yourself now.
You hear a
Hopefully
couple-
that'll watch your back.
You hear a couple of vertebrae. Yeah, thank you. Oh, whew. That's actually not too bad, actually. He starts walking away. Zarella gives you all a courteous bow. And you can see the witch in the corner kind of give Azumi a look, give her a wink, and she slips out the door. The rogue says, well, it's been a pleasure making your acquaintance. I trust we'll be seeing each other again in the Savage Lands. Valerie, am I cutting out again? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Valerie, will reiterate, says we will have the group of you, gesturing to you guys, head along the western road to Oleg's trading post, while the rest of you take the south road and approach the stolen lands from the south. That way, at the very least, there'll be less conflicting interests. They nod. So I wish you all
Sounds
hopefully a more peaceful sleep as the night goes on. As at this point, the fire is as the mages and those able to wield water like magic, like create water, douse the flames and get it under control. A lot of you are given a fair place to rest, chance to recover, and magical healing back to full hit points. Everyone's given proper medical attention.
Okay.
Can we attempt to harvest scales from the black dragon?
I think that's Valerie's skill.
Valerie's like, you're not touching my kill. I killed that. That's mine.
Well, no, I would ask her. I wouldn't just do it.
She says, kill your own dragon. Get your own scales. She says with a smile.
Fair enough.
All of you are, if you have any questions to ask any of the NPCs before you guys split your separate ways. There's going to be a bit of a time fast before we reach the end of our prologue. Anything you guys want to do?
Nope.
Anyone you want to talk to?
Nope.
Let's hit the road.
Well, if you guys have nothing to do and rest off before you head out, you guys actually get a good night's rest, all that healing and good stuff. You guys are given enough rations to last you till you get to Oleg's trading post, and it's a simple matter of come the morning, gathering your belongings, and as a group, although most of you just officially met yesterday, head out onto the open road, heading 2 weeks due west, trailing the ways along the way, not really getting to know. She's not really talkative, but for better or worse, the ranger has seemed fit to join your party for whatever reason. She's usually following either far to the front or far to the back, keeping a distance away from the group of you. She's not very social. The sights are not that far in between. It's about just at the end of summer, moving into fall, as you guys begin. The road begins curving south, and eventually the terrain more treacherous, more wild, and you see a trading post come into view. Now I'll ask, we've been going for 5 hours. It's 5 o'clock here. I can only imagine what time it is here. Do you guys want to wrap up here?
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta stop.